Hey guys. Hey, how's it going? Well, just to tell you what's kind of been going on with this truck. First off, I've just been trying to run the gas out because every time I turn right or turn left, it tends to smell. So, it smells like gasoline in here. And then today I was looking at some stuff and I noticed that the the fill hose was loose in here, so maybe that's what was causing it. But anyway, I'm gonna go take it for another little ride, and let's just go see how this thing works.
Me and the boys was sitting around drinking, we was talking about things that we was thinking, when all of a sudden what comes out of Bill's mouth? Said I'm getting old and fat and slow, and I don't recover like I did before from nights of rabble, rousing and too much fun. Well, I looked around and we all agreed, and I had a drink and I ordered 3, and I staggered back to do it all again. Then we made an oath on a rum and coke with the best intention, I'm sure you know, that we would stop this living in excess. We're gonna have one more party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more hell we should be raising. One more party now, one more party tonight.
Let's see. A few pumps. Let's take it out of gear. There we go. Get rid of the choke. And now we gotta let this thing warm up a little bit. So I'm gonna back it out of here. And let me take it out of gear and close the garage door. And alright, it's running fairly good. So I was having a problem with the throttle return spring also. It I never quite pulled the throttle body all the way shut or all the way open or whatever the hell it does, but it was never fully closed when I let off the gas, so it was always at a high idle. So I put a much stronger throttle return spring on it, and now I can shift it into gears a little bit better without it grinding. But when this thing is cold, it does not like to go. It still is a little bit, you can see how it's kind of struggles on itself. But once it warms up, it seems to run really well. But here, we'll take it out on the road. We'll go about 2 miles, and then it'll run much better. See, it kind of stumbles all over itself when it's cold. What if I give it a little choke? Maybe that's what I gotta do, is choke it until it has just been way too hot. You know, if it's 190 to 100 degrees, it's too hot to drive this truck. So, I just kind of said screw it. But I did put that throttle return spring on it, and I drove it around for a bit. And now it seems to be running much better than it was before. I can shift, I can get it into gear without it grinding too much. Although a lot of times it's still a little sticky for some of that stuff. But I gotta say, it's getting a little funner to drive, and all I'm doing is trying to do some things to make it more fun to drive. Because it is kind of a pain in the butt for some things. You know, I don't mind the being a manual transmission and 3 on the tree, as long as it shifts well, and as long as I can get it going. But here we go, 40 miles an hour. Speed limit here on this road is 50, so we'll get it up to 50. There's 50. And it drives pretty good. I mean, now it's warmed up, so I shouldn't have any problems with it wanting to die or stumble all over itself. Choke is fully off. There's 55. See if we can get to 60. Alright, there's 60. Driving it at 60 seems to be a little bit fast for this thing. Or for me anyway, with this thing. Plus I gotta watch out for these bicyclers and stuff. And, you know, they're all over the road. They don't know how to stay on the shoulder. So they like to ride in the middle of the damn road when I'm at 10 miles an hour when I'm trying to pass them. Bunch of idiots. Like, stay on the shoulder before you get run over. But there you have it, guys. It's, you know, now that it's warmed up, it's running pretty damn good. And look at how that idled way down now, which is where it should be. And now, can I shift it into first? Yep, there's a little bit of a grind at the bottom end of that, but it wasn't it was just slip it into the gear. First gear, second gear. Now I'm going up a slightly steep hill, so I'm just going to leave it in second until I get to the top. Because this road isn't very fast. And Lord knows what's on it. nicely idled down. A few cars coming, so we'll wait for those guys to go by. Guess I should turn on the blinker too, huh? Alright, I think I got an opening after this guy turns. I got to a stoplight here. Sandy something to drink.
How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing? All right. Have the usual.
First name?
Roger.
Roger. That all for you?
Yep, that'll do it.
$4.99.
All right, go ahead and throw $1 on for yourself. All right.
All right.
Okay. I come here enough that they've already, most people already know what I want. Plus I got it in their system. between the frame rails weighing back. So I'm kind of looking at doing that right now to kind of see just how much, you know, it would take to move that out of here, make this thing a little bit more friendly for Sandy, you know, date friendly, because she doesn't like the smells in here. So, you know, I need to put a new headliner in, new seat cover on this thing, get the gas tank out of the truck, seal up the doors a little bit because they kind of shake right now because the seals are all shot on it. But then I gotta fix the rust on the doors before I do that, and then put the seals in around the windows and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that'll be season 3 in this winter to maybe, or is it season 4? I don't know. What season am I on right now? I think I'm on season 2, but I might be on season 3. Maybe that'll be season 4. But either way, get the interior of this truck kind of laid out a little better, and make it a little more date friendly. You know, this old farm truck, it smells kind of like farm truck. But the more I drive it, the less it smells like farm truck. It smells more like gasoline. But I think I might have fixed it though, that smell, because I don't smell gasoline in here. Usually the first time I turn right or turn left, it would just reek of gasoline smell. And now it's not nearly as bad as it was. But I still might move the tank just to get that out of here. Let's see here. Now I gotta go in here. And get Sandy a tea. Okay. See you guys in a bit. I'm starting to get a whiff of gasoline again, so yeah, I think definitely move the tank out from behind the seat. I'm gonna have to do some research and figure out how I can mount it. That's gonna be the hardest part, I think. Synchronized going from third to second and from second to third, but first gear is not synchronized. So I found that it's just best to just come to a complete stop. If you're not at a complete stop, put it in second. See if I can turn this thing, you know, without downshifting. Downshifting probably would have done a little better. It struggles a bit in third gear at 20 miles an hour. But 25 third gear seems to work pretty good. Anything above 25. Yep, definitely need to move the tank. Getting good whiffs of gasoline now. Don't ask me why. I thought I got that sealed off pretty well. But apparently there's still vapors of gasoline fumes ending up in the cab. Not as bad as it was when that clamp came off, but still bad enough that it's not good enough for date night. Ooh, big long line of cars coming. that much play in them. Yeah, it can do 60. I wouldn't push it much beyond that though. I mean, it'll probably do 80, but man, that's really ramping this old engine up. I think it plays nicer, you know, in those 40 to 50 mile an hour range. You know, that seems to be a little better. Especially with the 392 gears and just total slant 6 and 3 on the tree. It doesn't quite play nice at those highway speeds. It likes to play around with the low back road speeds. Guess it's a farm truck. And when the Atomic Energy Commission bought it, they probably thought we don't need it to go any faster than, you know, maybe 25 to go around, you know, Hanford or whatever, wherever this was at. It rarely goes out on the road. So why do you need a highway gear? You need something for putting around. And that's really what this truck does well. Other than trying to steer it when you're not moving. Second you start moving, it steers fine. You know, it's a little bit of a pull on the wheel, but as far as going down the road, you know, it steers okay. You know, other than that play. It's not a high handling machine, you know, it's not a sports car by any means. It's going to get warm today though, because now it's warmed up quite a bit. It's probably going to be in the 90s, so I think that's probably about it for me this weekend, is take this thing out for a little drive, show you guys what I haven't done all summer. And this fall and winter, next spring, we'll see how far we can get this thing. But as for right now and today, it's a little too warm to be outside and messing around with this thing. Especially when it's supposed to be 100 this weekend, or 100 today and 100, you know, most of this week. But there you have it, guys. Made it all the way to town and back, that easy. Talk to you later.
Me Me and the boys were sitting around drinking, we was talking about things that we was thinking, when all of a sudden what comes out of Bill's mouth? Said I'm getting old and fat and slow, and I don't recover like I did before from nights of rabble, rousing and too much fun. Well, I looked around and we all agreed, and I had a drink and I ordered 3, and I staggered back to do it all again. And we made an oath on a rum and coke with the best intention, I'm sure you know, that we would stop this living in excess. We're gonna have one more party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more hell we should be raising. One more party now, one more party tonight.